Well, hello there. This is John Anthony Francis Wilcox, and good God, can't stand myself. These are six sensational James Brown songs. Before we go any further, as always, the links to all the songs are in the comments section below this video. It's James Brown. It's summer. It's been a hot week here. It's been a hot 3, 4 weeks, whatever. It's been some hot times. So who better than a sensationally hot artist like James Brown to celebrate that? Today we're going to do that. Song number one here, and these are all classics. I Feel Good. Now, he was prescient because he follows that with, I Knew That I Would. James Brown was an enlightened man, as well as the godfather of soul. He was many things. I remember, I can't remember who, other than I know my friend Ed was involved. Some form of musicians, including Ed and I, did some version of I Feel Good once, and I remember singing it, and I couldn't think of all the words, so I just started making up stuff. I remember singing I Feel Nice Like Chicken Fried Rice. And the crowd didn't care because it had that kind of thing going on, It had that feel. And this song, it's a classic. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. It's funkadocious. It's soulrific. It's I Feel Good, song number one. Song number two, A Passionate Plea. Please, please, please is the title. And he's got a lot of pleases in there. He's begging that. I'm assuming it's a woman. Great feel. Oh man, that's a song full of smoky texture and heat and just facial moisture. I don't believe I've ever mentioned facial moisture in any of these videos at any point. In any video I've ever done about anything, I don't think I've used the phrase facial moisture until describing please, please, please. Good place to start. Song number two, Please, Please, Please. It's a winner. Song number three, This Is a Man's World. Now, I've seen it listed as This Is a Man's World. This is a man's world, and this is a man's world. So I figured I'd split the difference. We're safe with This Is a Man's World. And then to confuse things, I've also seen It's a Man's World, or It's a Man's World. And I'm going off the tracks, not that I was ever really on a track. It has the great, he's right. But it wouldn't mean nothing without a woman or a girl. Again, he's prescient. It's just, I suppose, how I take it is, here's, big old macho men thinking that they run everything and do everything. Particularly, at this time, that was the time. But he's saying, you can do all this stuff, but without that special someone, it's nothing. He's telling you, this is nothing. He talks about making the electric light and all these inventions and things like that men have done. But they mean nothing without the love of a good woman in that person's life. It sounds slightly, by today's standards, probably sexist, misogynist. I don't think it's misogynistic at all, really. But it is a great song. And I felt it was a good fit with Please, Please, Please. Song number 3, This is a Man's World. And I think it's a good jump to go to song number 4, which is Papa's Got a Brand New Bag, followed by that great little guitar riff. The James is telling it. Ain't no drag. Papa's got a brand new bag. The movement, the motion, the oomph of this song, the surge, the you if your legs don't move to this song, what's wrong with you? This is as good as the goods get. Or are they? Because that's song number 4. Papa's got a brand new bag. Song number 5 is Sex Machine. Whew, whew. You can go into a refrigerated, you go to a meat freezer, and Sex Machine will heat it up. It will cook that meat in that frozen room. This song is so hot. Sex Machine. I always picture. I used to love watching James Brown dance in between verses and sometimes during. He was so. Brown was not just a great singer, but a great performer, and sort of very symbiotic with all of that. It all was part of a big picture. What James Brown gave you was James Brown. That experience, I still, one of my concert regrets. I mean, I think I clocked in, I stopped counting at around 600 concerts or so, that I've seen. I never had the privilege to see James Brown live. I would have loved to. Just didn't happen. But Sex Machine, song number 5, is a great reason why I would have loved to. And we're going to finish with, party keeps going. Get up off of that thing. It's telling you. That was around mid 70s, I believe, is when he did that. So in the James Brown canon, it's kind of mid to late period for him. I mean, he had like Living in America later on and a few other things. But, James really belonged to the 60s for the most, of his significant stuff. But Get Up Off of That Thing is as strong as anything else. I thought it was a great finish. Another good groove, fine arrangement, great vocals. Another burner, you know, another impossible to not want to dance to. Also, I believe for at least a decade it was part of the government, like a guaranteed help cure depression. Get up off of that thing. You just put that song on. It'll take you out of. You could be in like the worst mood. It'll take you right out of that mood. It'll put you into a good mood. Although it'll make you wish you had a dance floor near you right at that moment. Um, and I thought that was a great way to end these six. What did I call them? Sensational. I called them sensational. If anything, that's an understatement. They just, but you know what? There's your word. There's 6 sensational James Brown songs. I am John Anthony Francis Wilcox, as I said at the front of this one, and I love you, and I am out of here.